I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. 88 rated Ocampos. It is the final 88 rated card from La Liga team of the season. I did Lucas Perez earlier today. Appreciate the support on the channel so far as well. I mean, through team of the season, we've done an awful lot of reviews, and you guys keep coming back time and time again. I thought I'd get the two lower rated ones out of the way. I know they're not like that desirable, hence the reason why Lucas Perez isn't really got that many views, but I thought both of them have got merit. Like with Dean Henderson, goalkeepers are what they are, right? Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. They are dependent on just the way that they play in your game. You can't control them, you can't do anything with them, so they are what they are, right? Sion-Chu is another player that I could have reviewed, but I decided against it. And the reason I'm talking about those, of course, is those are the two lower rated cards from the Premier League team of the season. Ocampos and Lucas Perez are the two sort of fodder cards, if you will, of the current team of the season, but they have a use. They are actually not that bad. Lucas Perez review is on the channel, as I said. Go check that out if you want. He's not as bad as you may think, and neither is Ocampos, who is only he's an 89 rated winger or striker. With a chem style, though, turns into a 95 rated striker or a 94 rated winger. If this card was around in FIFA 19, he would be used by everybody because he would have fit the meta of that game so well. As it stands, he doesn't really fit the meta of this game that well compared to FIFA 19 because of his height. And that's pretty much all it comes down to. He's not going to feel... he's not going to feel like super responsive and super fitting to the game because of that height. And it's a shame, but it is what it is. Let's talk about the chem style being added, the Deadeye. The reason for that was because his finishing and his natural positioning, possibly shot power to a degree as well, wasn't really as high as I'd like it to be. So bumping that up was a necessity for me. And then, of course, with the Deadeye, we then get plus 10 on the vision, plus 10 on the passing. The dribbling across the board, apart from the balance, which I'm really not bothered about, by the way, the dribbling across the board is brilliant. I mean, 98 agility, 99 reactions, 93 ball control, 90 dribbling, 93 composure. That is going to feel as close to perfect as you can feel with a 6'2" frame. And of course, he does have a high and average body type. If he had a lean body type, I'm not too sure that the 6'2" frame would have meant that he would have felt that bad, actually. Lean, high and lean, if that's a thing, that would have been okay, I think. I don't think it would have been too much of a problem. Three-star weak foot is annoying. Might as well get that out of the way. It's not like the end of the world because there are definitely some good cards out there that you can use that get used quite frequently by even pros that have 3-star weak foot, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. High defensive work rate can give him bad starting positioning, and of course when you have, 80... Did I say 81? No, 82 positioning without the chem style. He is sometimes going to be out of position. But if you give him a chem style such as the Deadeye, which gives him 15 positioning, which is the highest you can give him, pushes up to 97, and his finishing goes up to 99 as well as his shot power, he's then going to feel a little bit better. I had to get Fatty into this team because he is... he can drag your team forward, Fatty. He's not like the best card in the game or anything. But again, the review for him was released very early this morning. I appreciate the support on that one. I'm not surprised that he's got the views that he has because obviously everybody wants to know whether it's worth completing. If you want my honest opinion, without spoiling the entire review, yes. And he scores a pretty good goal in this, maybe more than one, but the very last clip, I think, is a Fatty goal, and it's not necessarily the goal itself that I admire, it's the move that got him there in the first place. He gets a few assists as well. Him and Ocampos actually had a really nice understanding in the majority of the games that I played. I had to bring on Ocampos as a sub in, I would say, 3 or 4 of his games, and then the rest of them were him starting in the team that you just saw. The other team that I used was the one that I used for reviewing Lucas Perez. And of course, I mean, that's a great goal right there. Brilliant touch. That guy I played, by the way, incredible. I had really bad gameplay, but I think he would have beaten me anyway, but it didn't help that I had really bad gameplay in that game. Everything felt really slow and sluggish, because initially I thought, oh god, Ocampos feels terrible, but it was actually the gameplay. So yeah, you have to take it with a pinch of salt sometimes. If you start a game and you're thinking, wow, this player feels bad, I'm not going to play another one, I'm just going to sell him and move on. You have to play a few more. You have to maybe wait a day or two as well, so you can get some decent gameplay on the go. But let's talk about a couple of things I liked about him first before we start criticizing. So what I liked was his strength. I mean, that is a big plus on a card like this, especially if you use him as a winger, because you're not going to use that many wingers that have good strength, and a lot of them have 60, 70 odd strength, and they don't have great body frames, and they're not able to hold off challenges from defenders, so that was good. His first touch is generally very, very good. The chem style helps his passing tremendously. His through balls are really good. They're extremely accurate. You're able to play tiki-taka sort of passing with him as well. If you play with him without the chem style, which I did do as a super sub I say super sub. I was bringing him on in like 20 minutes into the game, so it wasn't really a super sub-esque performance, but I was bringing him on because I couldn't fit him into a team. And I had, like I said, I was reviewing Fatty, Lucas Perez. I could then have put Ocampos onto the right-hand side, but I had no one in behind, because I did Saul on a different account that I was reviewing this guy on, which was stupid. This was brilliant, though. What I liked about him was his pace actually felt like 93, 95. He was very quick. I thought his frame would sort of hinder that slightly, but it didn't. He had good juggling skills as well. His ball control in general was really nice. His finishing was decent. I wouldn't say that it was like amazing. Of course, he did miss that there. I didn't expect him to score. I was surprised he got in when he did. This was a good move from Fatty and Lucas Perez, and it was just Ocampos was there to finish it off. And I think we are approaching that final clip where I mentioned the Fatty goal. And of course, his positioning coming through there, without the dead eye on him, would he have scored that goal? I'm really not sure. This is the Fatty goal in question. I know we're reviewing Ocampos here, and he is involved. Picks up the ball here, drags it forward, and then plays it off to Aubameyang. Gives it out to Fatty. I think a little flick back inside to Aubameyang. Lovely little drag back. Fatty's positioning takes him forward, and then bang, left-footed finish. I mean, your goalkeeper's not stopping that. I loved that game because the guy kept shushing me, and I don't really know why, because I think I went 2-0 up, and then he brought it back to 2-2. I didn't watch any of the replays, and I skipped them straight away, and he still felt the need to shush me. I don't get that, so I started doing like stupid like dead fish and things to him, but I won that game 4-3. I was very happy with it as well, because he came back, and I think he went 3-2 up at one point, and oh god, here we go. But no, we won it. Anyway, we talked a little bit about the good stuff. Let's talk about the bad stuff very quickly, because there aren't that many bad points to speak of. It's the obvious things. It's the weak foot. I wish it was 4-star. I wish his defensive work rate was either low or medium, and I wish I wish. I don't mind that he's 6'2", actually. I think it would be really nice if he had a lean body type. That would be really, really good. Like if in game I could tell him to go on a diet or something, that'd be really nice. Make him lean and build up that muscle a little bit. Not that he needs it because he's got 93 strength, but it would be really good if he had a lean body type. But I'm really not that bothered about about him being 6'2". Like I said, I really did think it was going to hinder the overall performance and the feel of the card, but it doesn't, so I'm alright with it. The bad points sort of end there, really. He is a very good card for what is a particularly low price point. I mean, 65 to 75,000 coins for this guy is a bargain. I wouldn't say it's like the best value for coins ever, because of course, how many people are actually going to play with this card in their team? Not many. That's where we've got budget teams under the Foot Champs things. Like if you want to go into Foot Champs, you don't have many coins, or maybe you've packed him untradeable because obviously upgrades are going to start coming out very soon. Then yeah, I mean, if you don't have many coins or you've packed him untradeable, sure, why not give him a go? If you're a Sevilla fan, you're going to have fun with him. If you're an Argentinian fan, you can't afford Messi, then put him in the team. He is very useful. He will score goals. He is very strong. He pops up in the right areas with the chem style upon him. If you don't have that chem style on him, I can tell you that his positioning isn't quite as good. His finishing doesn't feel that good either. So where it says pros and I've got positioning, in brackets like with finishing, I should have with chem style. Because without that, like I said, I played with him for like 2 or 3 games without a chem style when I was bringing him on as a super sub, and his finishing wasn't as crisp and his positioning wasn't quite as good. But all in all, to be fair, this guy for 65 to 75,000 coins is very good. If you pack him in one of the upgrades, maybe try him out a few times before you dismiss him. I know it's not ideal because he is arguably the cheapest team of the season you can get, so it's not great that you've packed him. But for instance, in the La Liga upgrade, if you get him, it's not good value, but trust me, you've got a pretty damn good card on your hands there. He's not quite meta, and there are a few sort of bumps in the road here or there, but generally speaking, he is much better than he looks. I actually really enjoyed myself with this card, and I would urge anyone looking to try him out to just give him a go. Take that plunge and let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have enjoyed the review, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.